Welcome to another episode, everyone. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Attorney General Pam Bondi gets destroyed by Representative Ted Lieu. At a hearing on Capitol Hill, she's confronted, asked about how come she's protecting these predators, i.e. Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files. We know that Donald Trump has his hands dirty. Understand that these people are all corrupt from top to bottom. Kristi Noem, Pam Bondi, they're all protecting these pedos, all of them. The entire administration is venal and corrupt. Let's get into it.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's a video.
Now look at Trump, just having all kind of fun. Look at Epstein. They have fun with each other behind closed doors and with these little girls. Going to get deep into the new allegations that surround Donald Trump as it relates to the Jeffrey Epstein files. There have been many more allegations revealed since the Epstein file release, and Donald Trump is steeply involved from top to bottom. But somehow he is still the president of the United States. Such a corrupt situation.
I'm going to show you two photos.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you two photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
face?
following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that we...
Look at her. Look how she looks when she answers that question.
We have now established that we...
Look how she flipped her
Please
hair.
put the
back.
photos back up.
These people are sick. Pam Bondi is sick, needs to resign, needs to be fired now. She is not protecting the victim of Epstein and his circle cohorts of abusers. She's protecting the abusers. As is Donald Trump, as is Kristi Noem, as is the entire administration, because all of them have their hands dirty. Have you heard the allegations as of late that Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, the daughter, was also involved on the Epstein Island? They were all involved. The children. They were all there, forcing underage individuals to perform on them. They are all sick, diabolical individuals, including the individuals like Pam Bondi, who continues to protect these predators. It's on the American people to stand up and do something about this. Clearly, the administration is going to do nothing.
That we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up.
Closed the case last year before the Epstein files were even revealed. Pam Bondi had already closed the case and said, there's nothing to see here, folks. There's no evidence that predicates a third charge or charging a third party. So in other words, no one but Epstein needs to be charged for these crimes. There's no evidence to indicate that anyone else was involved in this abuse. Really? Close the case. There's no evidence? Really? Have you read the Epstein files?
These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before
I agree with you.
People, man. Answer the question. Wow. She wants to deflect. Go straight to another Attorney General. You are the Attorney General now. We're talking to you, asking you, how come you haven't prosecuted these predators? How come you are not protecting the victims and instead are protecting the predators? We want a straight answer out of you people. We can never get it. Answer the question. The question is not about Merrick Garland. The question is, how come you have not prosecuted any of these predators? Yes, Merrick Garland was wrong as well. That does not absolve you of culpability. The question again is, how come you have not?
I'm reclaiming my time. I agree with you. I agree with you. During the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures. But you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I
question.
answer your question about protecting
You answered the question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's the video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous. And
Here we go. She's nervous. She's shaking. She got the little nervous smile on her face, a little nervous smirk. Can't come up with an answer. She's scrambling for an answer. And instead of giving us a direct answer, per normal, this is ridiculous. This is designed to stall time to try to come up with some response. Answer the question. The whole administration is corrupt. Look at her. She can't even give us a straight answer. The American people deserve better. She can't even give you a straight answer as to how come she's protecting these pedos. Ample evidence that these individuals are abusers. No prosecutions whatsoever. Still, till this day, you better not go out and commit a crime. You're going to jail. These individuals are committing the most gruesome crimes known to man and are all being protected. They're all dirty. This is all in your name. This is in America's name. America looks like a corrupt society at large. Understandably.
they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time.
be
I got your
released.
answer. You said there's no evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman, please stop the
to
clock.
sign
Stop the clock.
the legislation. This is
I'd like to
ridiculous.
reclaim my time.
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you. Here is
life.
a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop the limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we say here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
May I respond?
Yeah, I don't know how you respond. No one can.
I did not
can
ask a
respond,
question,
but
Ms.
he doesn't
You're
want
allowed
to talk
to.
about
I did
the
not ask a
horrific
question.
crime in California. He does not want to talk about
I did not ask a
crime
question.
in his state.
She can't just
Madam
ad
Attorney
lib
General.
stuff.
Going
I
after
did not
Donald
ask a
Trump.
question. I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's the video.
Wow. This is your government. This is Pam Bondi. This is Donald Trump, your president, who you love, who you voted for, a sick individual. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. For the individuals, you MAGA maggots, and there are many of you MAGA maggots, racist MAGA maggots, for you MAGA maggots who triple Trump, and you only voted for Trump because he's a racist, and you are too. And you have children under the age of 18. You all need to be investigated. You all need to be taken to jail and put in prison, or at the very minimum, investigated as to whether or not your own child has been abused before. You need to be under investigation. If you triple Trump, if you voted for Trump, if you still support Trump after the Epstein file revelation, knowing that Donald Trump is accused, let's just say accused, allegedly, that he was allegedly involved with a 13-year-old girl. Not involved, that he abused her, raped her, brutalized her. And you have children, whether it be a boy or a girl, who is 13, 12, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And you still support Donald Trump with these allegations against him. With ample evidence, by the way, but let's just stick to just the fact that there are the allegations. True or not, you willing to take that chance? That he's a possible abuser? And you have a child who you claim to love, and you support someone who's a possible abuser of children in this same age bracket, then you need to be reported. Your child needs to be checked upon. Because if you subscribe to this sort of behavior, if you sanction this behavior, and you do, if you triple Trump, if you voted for Trump, if you continue to support Trump, then you support this behavior. And if you support this behavior, you need to be investigated if you have children, because it means that you agree with this predatory behavior. But of course, we all know that most of the people who support Trump, they think like him and act like him. You too are predators. You too are abusers. Most of you MAGA maggots are abusers. That's why Trump was able to get in office again. You're all sick. Pam Bondi, Christy Noem, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, you're all sick. Sick. And it's playing out in front of the world. And the American people are really doing nothing about it, making us sick as well. How is this man still in the White House? Have you heard the allegations? Let me get to that next. The new allegations against Donald Trump. No one has been prosecuted. Over 1,000 trafficking victims of Epstein. And no one other than Epstein has been prosecuted. With all of these individuals who are in the Epstein files, not one individual has been held accountable. This is a sick society. Corrupt from the top to the bottom. Donald Trump was investigated by the FBI. How come they haven't filed charges? No one has done their job. Everyone has dropped the ball because all of their hands are bloody. They're all sick. They're all involved with their own children. These are sick people. Read their history, man. Stay safe and stay free. I don't care. I said what I said. You're all sick, you MAGA maggots. You're protecting all of these abusers. You're all sick.